Right, well, it broke decorum in the Senate to say anything bad about a fellow senator, and in that letter, Coretta Scott King, the widow of Martin Luther King, had said when the senator was up for a judgeship, at the time he wasn't a senator, that his conduct was reprehensible when it came to looking after the interests of black voters, and that he should not be rewarded with a federal judgeship. We thought we'd go right to the family source here. Reaction now from Dr. Alveda King, the niece of Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. Alveda, the reprehensible comment was what irked apparently many in the Senate, that it was too personal and not to be repeated, even though 3 Democratic senators since have gone to the microphone to repeat this letter and that comment. What do you think?
If we take a look at my Aunt Coretta Scott King's letter, we know that she was a peacemaker. Her intentions were never to divide during her whole life. I was her communications and correspondence secretary for several years when I was a young woman. And so in that letter, she would be referring to perhaps some of his comments. However, she would agree today that he, of course, ended some school desegregation. He worked to prosecute members of the KKK. Aunt Coretta was a very reasonable woman, and she, with integrity, would have noted that he had done some great work in fighting against discrimination.
But this is a snapshot of 30-plus years ago.
But it's a snapshot. But, you know, she also said about immigration. She wrote a letter saying that immigration could hurt the black job market, or the Negro job market as well. So she had very strong opinions and concern for all Americans and perhaps people all over the world. And I believe certainly that if she could look at the record of Senator Sessions today with integrity, she would say, well, he has worked to prosecute the Ku Klux Klan. He has worked to desegregate public schools. So it's almost like a bait and switch. Stir up the emotions, use the name of King, and my name is Alveda King. Stir up people's emotions, play the race card, which she was attempting to do.
We're going to hear from the president shortly.
No, not dividing my family at all. We have taken a look at many things that Mrs. Coretta Scott King said, Martin Luther King Jr., my daddy, Reverend A.D. King. But our family, we are peacemakers. We bring people together, Neil. We do not divide people.